Now repeat after me. I'm a silly dapper, and the more I learn, the less I know. Do you think you're awake? What orthodoxy do you belong to? That's dogma. You see, there's all kinds of religions. No, I don't do religion, I do Christ. I don't belong to anyone, any religion, any orthodoxy, or any dogma. Two seconds. Speaking of dogmas, might need me bifocals. Here's your 2-cent production in priceless information. Priceless knowledge. Like I say, the more I learn, the less I know. Was it Socrates that said, wisdom is knowing that you know nothing? Government. Department of Justice. Ooh. I got an infringement notice. Because I don't believe in the dogma of voting. I don't believe in the dogma of government. I don't believe in control orthodoxies, mechanisms that are external from your conscience, from the teachings of Christ. Church is external from the teaching of Christ. One man giving you his interpretation of what scriptures and Christ should mean to you. Sorry, it's a personal relationship. It's a personal journey. Your journey is your journey and nobody else's. What do you think Christ came in the first place? What do you think Christ was here in the first place? Or if you don't even believe that he came and he was just a man that was born, who was a carpenter from Nazarene, what do you think he meant? Why do you think they put him on a cross and killed him? Because he was waking people up. You can get rid of all the woo out of it if you want. That's fine. Doesn't change the fact that there was a man who's historically proven to have existed, who turned everything upside down, who was flipping tables of the government, the tax departments, the authorities that were ripping off the people, chased him around with a whip and told him what he thought of them. Here's one for you. What do you think a king's purpose is? What is a king's role? What is the king's job in any kingdom ever? Was it to rule over people? No, because pretty soon he'd have no people to rule over, would he? Nobody to look after him. It was to serve the people, so that the kingdom would thrive. With a thriving kingdom, the people are happy to support the king as long as the king served the people and their best interests. Win-win. Failure to vote at the 2025 House of Assembly Division of Braddon election without a valid and sufficient reason. Oh dear. Yeah. I got an email about it. Where are we? I'll just look it up while I have a bit of a ramble and see if I can find it for you. Now, problem we have is, what am I going to do here? Mail. Thank you very much. Pauline Hanson. Weeks like this are once in a generation. Oh, fuck off, Pauline. You're just another dogma. Sure. Where did I put it? Where? I'm pretty sure I didn't delete it. Anyway, basically I gave them my reasons for why I didn't vote. Yeah, I can't find it right now. Oh, here we go. No, I haven't. Here we go. And anyway, my reasons were I can't vote in good conscience. I refuse to vote on the grounds that none of them swear a lawful oath of office. Whether they believe in the lawful oath of office or not is irrelevant. Whether you do or not is irrelevant. Whether I do or not is irrelevant. But the fact that they don't believe in it and refuse to swear it speaks volumes. Okay? It's the fact that they refuse to swear a lawful oath of office. They haven't done it for 50 years. Not one sitting member of any office has sworn a lawful oath of office for over 50 years. Whether that be a commissioner, a minister, a sergeant, a constable, a judge, a Governor General, an Attorney General, a Prime Minister, which doesn't exist at law in the Constitution, a senator, nobody. And bureaucrats, where'd they come from? Nobody voted for them bastards. They should all have millstones placed around their neck and thrown into the sea, as far as I'm concerned. It's not for us to judge. Nobody said we can't arrange that appointment. As true law-abiding people. Now, where was I going with this? No, that's right. The younger generations, including my own, I'm only 50, going on 52, are bound by a belief system, which is a dogmatic, orthodoxic control mechanism. That's all it is. You will not... do you think you're awake? You go, ask yourself, are you really awake, or are you following just another dogmatic, orthodoxic control mechanism? If you're following anybody, you're not paying attention. You're doing life wrong, which is what they want. You think you're sticking it to the man. You see, especially the younger generations who have got no direction in life. They've heard of the saying, eat the rich, and have absolutely no idea what it means. And all you young Masonic recruits are fucking idiots, okay? You're fucking idiots. You think it's going to do you some favours. You're being used like a bitch. You're a joke. Sorry, but you're a joke of a human being. You're a waste of fucking oxygen and organs. That's all I can say for you. Until you wake up to your fucking stupid self. They will throw you to the fucking lions with the rest of us. Who? Your handlers. Or you police recruits. You're all yes people. It's the only people that exist in the police. There's not a single no person among you. How do I know? How many police in so-called service said no to the modified RNA injection? It's fucking with your DNA, it's fucking with you up here, it's fucking with you here, and it's fucking with your pineal gland. Which is why you have no real empathy, which is why you can only mimic empathy. It's why you don't really give a flying fuck about anyone but yourself. You used to, and you wonder why you can't get back to grasping hold of that. You wonder why it's so easy for you to come to the conclusion of, nah, not my fucking problem. They just broke the law. No, we didn't. At least 6 times out of 10, there was no law broken. It was an infringement against legislation. You see, I gave my reasons for not voting, and I got a response which suggests to me that they think I give a fuck. What they think, I don't give a fuck what they think, because they don't give a fuck about what I think. See? Yeah, it goes both ways. If they gave a fuck about what people thought, they'd give a fuck about people's lives. If they gave a fuck about people's lives, they would do the right thing by people. But they don't, do they? Who? Everyone. From the top right down to the fucking snotty-nosed fucking constable with his fucking shirt not tucked in properly and bum flap on his chin. They don't give a flying fuck about you. None of them are in service to you people. And directly to you who call yourselves a service, who do you serve? Who are you serving? Whose best interests are you serving? Not your own. You might think that you're serving your best interests even if you're that much of a self-indulgent little prick. But you don't have the foresight to realise what you're only going to find out in hindsight when it's too late. You're not part of the club either. You're a pawn. You're one of these little fellas. That's what you are. You're one of them little fellas. Pun intended. You're not the castle. You sure as hell ain't the bishop. You think you're a knight. Oh, I lost that pawn. Oh well. Pawns are expendable. You're one of these little fellas. You know what pawns are? Pawns are used to set up the other pawns. Pawns are used to set up the other pawns. Pawns don't win the game of chess. And you know what? Neither does the king. The fucking queen does. Because the king serves his queen. It's not until the king dies that the queen picks up the sword. Now, you're probably not really following me here. That's okay. That's okay. I'll say a prayer for you. My point is, I've tried many a times and wasted my breath and wasted precious oxygen on you control mechanism people. Trying to get you to wake up to yourselves for your own sake. But you won't have it. Because you are puppets. You're pawns. Stuck within the boundaries of the limitations that you place upon yourself because somebody else told you to. And you call that a free and democratic society that you're supposed to be protecting? You're supposed to be protecting the rights of social cohesion, the rule of law. Most of you don't even think that we have a fucking constitution, let alone a Bill of Rights, better known as Magna Carta. That's what set Officer Flynn off. I told him he had no lawful right to lay his hands on me because I wasn't escalating the issue. He was. And he does not have the authority to make people do anything physically, especially by himself. I told him there are laws in place that protect the people whom which they are supposed to serve from that. He asked me where. I said the Constitution. Ping! That's when he looked at me like he was fucking demon possessed and flipped his fucking shit. I didn't do anything. I was simply trying to get him to give me a lawful reason to be under arrest, and he couldn't give me one. You see, why is it that you see this is another whole dogmatic, orthodoxic control mechanism of the legal system? Not law. It's not the law. It's a legal system. Anything that is a system, that is systematic, that has boundaries, is a control mechanism. Law has no boundaries. It has rules. Rules of engagement of the social contract. The social contract that we all agree with, which you will easily stay within the guidelines of, not boundaries, guidelines, by abiding by the 10 Commandments and the Golden Rule. Not religion. Basic, common, universal law. What you do with your own fucking self in your own privacy is no one else's fucking business. Unless you want it to be their business. And then you need their consent. You can't just roll it on people. You cannot force people to believe what you believe. You cannot force people to do what you want them to do. If they're not hurting anyone, you need to leave them the fuck alone or be their friend. Either or, doesn't matter. Because we all have to be judged sooner or later. We all have to meet our maker, whoever you think your maker is. So what's your religion? What church do you go to? Are you Christian, Catholic, Mormon, Protestant, Latter-day Saints, Exclusive Brethren? Should I go on? Police, lawyers, the lawyer's bar? Lawyer, there's one for you. Jesus didn't have much good to say about them bastards, did he? He said, what do you think the police tell you to get a lawyer? Lawyers say don't talk to police, but police tell you to get a lawyer. It's all a game. It's all part of their little rigged game. What, do you think the lawyers are really against the police and you think the police are really against the lawyers? Where do you think they go on a Friday night? They go to the lodge. The sergeants, the commissioners, the lawyers, the barristers, the judges, the prosecutors, the bailiffs, the prison guards, the screws, wardens. Where do you think they go on a Friday night? They all go to their local lodge. And they all go and ask the Grand Master, or the Grand Warden, whatever you want to call him, the jester of that lodge. What is it we're going to do tonight, Pinky? Brain? Why, Pinky, we're going to take over the world. All for what? Little green triangles and little green rectangles. Power and money. In that order. Because once you have enough power, money's irrelevant. Doesn't matter what your currency is. Paper, shiny rocks, digital. Once you got the power, the currency's irrelevant. By the way, what I mean by shiny rocks? Gold, silver, any minerals, ores. Unless you've got the means to actually do something with it that's useful, it's just a fucking shiny rock. So yeah, I'm sorry to tell you guys, but 80+% of the people that call themselves awake are still just woke. You're daydreaming, sleepwalking, but you're not awake. Those who were throwing their entire knowledge base of the future away. They're throwing the future clean down the fucking drain because they don't want to participate. Okay, you're only half right there. You need to have a knowledge base. You need to have some skills. Because once the fucking once you stick it to the man, if we win, what use are you going to be to yourself if you can't grow some food and build some shit? What use are you going to be to anybody? You're going to be a strain on people. You're going to be a burden. At least try and be useful. If you're going to stick it to the man, be useful. At least be able to, when it all, and it will, when it all goes to custard, at least be useful enough to be able to support yourself. To be able to acquire food and protein, to be able to mend some clothing. Because the time will come where there'll be no retail, all that, it's all going bye-byes, okay? It's all going bye-byes. But what's in the bricks and mortar places will still be there. We're all going to have to work together among ourselves to divvy up what's left between us in a fair way, in an orderly fashion. You can't just rape, pillage and take unless you really want to live the Walking Dead life. Fuck that. Fuck that. Who do you want to do life with? Zombies or your people, your tribe? And lone wolves? You're kidding yourselves. Lone wolves don't survive. Alphas don't survive. The lion isn't the king of the jungle because he's an alpha. The lion is the king of the jungle because he's a fucking sigma. Remember that. Because who does all the fucking work? The lionesses. Who does all the fighting? All the young alphas. But the king is a sigma. The king of the pride is the sigma. He's wiser. So until you all wake up and start to work together instead of following these dickheads that are keeping you fucking divided, like fucking Bosie and Guru and Leibold and the list goes on and on and on, and Shallow Chow, that Chattel fucking idiot, whatever his name is, Challen, fucking Chigger, fucking all of them, even Topher Field, You notice none of them go on each other's podcasts anymore? Do you think they're enemies? Nah, mate, they're frenemies. They've all been captured. They're all... Where did I put it? It's up in the room. These so-called fucking Christians practicing idolatry. You're not a Christian's fucking arsehole. I have a necklace with a cross on it. It's not an idol. It's a fucking statement. Not an idol. Who would idolise the thing that they fucking nailed the fucking world's only perfect man to? It's a statement saying you'll have to nail me to fucking one of these bastards if you want me to fucking go away. I know who you are and what you fucking did. Fancy putting the very same control mechanism, the very same dogma that nailed that man to a fucking cross and killed him, in charge of being the authority on everything fucking Jesus Christ. The Roman Catholic fucking Church. Fucking Romans. Rome. The Club of Rome. The League of Nations. The United Nations. The one world fucking nation. One nation. Bing! Did the fucking penny drop yet? I know I rattle some cages, I know I piss some people off. I don't give a flying fuck, I don't care what anyone thinks of me. But if I trigger you to fucking think for yourself, I've started to fucking get under your skin a little bit and make you think for yourself, I've done something worth doing. I've done something positive. You see, as a follower of, like, not even a follower of Christ, somebody who tries to walk as Christ, not be Christ, just walk as he did. Like, you know, I've got plenty of flaws. I sin fucking daily. I'm fucking hopeless as a Christian. So what? I'm not here to fucking be bound by the walls of your fucking material church, of your bricks and mortar or wooden fucking church. I'm not here for that. No one is. God didn't say go out and build buildings. Go out and spread the word of Christ. Spread the word of God. The church isn't a building. It's a fucking people group. And law is not a people group. Law is the word of fucking God. Fuck, do you get it? Do you get it? Hello, McFly. Do you get it? It really is that simple. Because we allowed people to tell us who and what God is and what Christ is, and in various different forms all over the world, in various different dogmatic religions. And now we're all squabbling amongst ourselves and can't fucking agree. How easily led we are. We may as well be a little fucking calf with a ring through our nose and no fucking balls. In a world full of blind people, the one-eyed man is king. You think you're the king of your own world. You've only got one eye, and you think everyone else is blind. Not everyone. Some people have two eyes to see, two ears to hear, and a mind of their own. Join the club. The club of people who think for themselves. Then go away and think for yourself. You'll thank me for it one day.